Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. We're just gonna dive right in because I have tried so many new makeup releases over the past couple of weeks, and I'm here to share my thoughts on them, if I think they're worth a coin or worth a skip. I know it can be very overwhelming with all of these releases. Honestly, looking at some of the stuff that's on this table, you can skip certain things or get things over other things because they kind of essentially do the same thing. We're gonna dive into all of it. Now, if you wanna see all of these products in action, definitely go and check out my previous videos. You can see them applied with other products or on their own and all of that good stuff. Grab your snack, grab your drink, and let's get into it. Starting off with both of these right here, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Setting Spray, and then we also have the Danessa Myricks Liquid Blurring Balm. And honestly, as insane as this might sound, it might not sound insane, it might be like, okay, I kind of figured. These two products honestly do the same thing. They both are really amazing sprays. They help the longevity of my makeup. They help control my oils. They make my makeup blurred and give me like that flawless look. And honestly, I don't have a preference on which one I prefer because it just depends on the day which one I'm reaching for. Like today I'm wearing the Danessa Myricks one, but other days I'm reaching for the Charlotte Tilbury. It honestly just depends on which spray is closest to me. If you're a fan of the Yummy Skin line with that Upsolite technology, I would say go for this one. If you know that the Upsolite technology works for you, if you're a fan of the Blurring Balm powder, if you're a fan of the blushes or the liquid water serum, get this one. Now, if you're a fan of the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and that is one that you use all the time, I would get this one, especially if you have combo oily skin. This one is going to be perfect. Out of the two Charlotte Tilbury setting sprays, I like both of them. I use both of them. I like to use this one to finish off my makeup, but I like to use the natural finish one from Charlotte throughout my makeup to really prep that skin and help with the longevity. But for my oil control and that nice blurred, flawless finish at the end, this is a spray that I've really been enjoying as well. Made by Mitchell Medium Deep Curve Case. I love this one. I have this one on today. I do have a powder bronzer on top, but I went into these two shades today. I really like this curve case for more of like an everyday kind of look. If I want something a little bit more defined, I would go in with the deep curve case, but this one is perfect for like an everyday kind of look when I don't want to do too much sculpting, but I still want to sculpt. I'm reaching for this one. If you have not tried the curve case formula, I'm telling you, it blends so beautifully. It sets beautifully with the powder as well. There's no skipping, no patchiness, none of that. I feel like this is like a must-have if you're just like starting out with makeup or you really want to get into cream products, underpainting, all of that stuff. This is a great product to have. So I definitely wanted to include this in this video because it is a newer colorway and I really do enjoy this. And I feel like if you have the deep curve case, if you felt like it was just missing something, this is probably the shades it's missing, you know? We have these two products from the Glamlight X Douse collab. I am going to talk about the palette in a second, but I want to start off with the face products. We have the Snatching Powders. This is a brightening powder trio. Now, these are extremely brightening. Like, there is a time and a place for this. This is definitely not an everyday brightening powder kind of product for me. I definitely have to tread very lightly with this because this is extremely pigmented, but I really do enjoy this on days when I'm going super full glam. I have to say today is kind of glam, but I didn't really want a super bright under eye. I love that they included this product in their collection because it's something different from Glamlight. They don't really come out with products like this, so I love seeing different SKUs added to their collections rather than it just being like the same things we can kind of expect. This was very unexpected for them and I really do enjoy it when I use it, but it's definitely not an everyday product for me. This right here is probably my most complimented blush. A lot of people are always asking, what do I have on my cheeks? This is their blush trio, and if you are a pink blush lover, I'm trying to figure out how I can hold this. If you are a pink blush lover, you are going to love this trio. There's something for everyone. I love that there's like different depth levels in here. I love that I can use all of these shades. I can mix and match if I want to. This formula is beautiful. It has like this blur to the cheeks too. It really just looks airbrushed on the cheeks. I am always reaching for this trio. It is so beautiful and I highly recommend this if you have not tried it. If there's one thing I could recommend if you're eyeing something in the collection or you just want to pick up something, this is like the #1 product that I would get because this formula is really good. I honestly think that this is a new formula from Glamlight. There's no talc in here. I hope that we continue to see this particular formula in their collections in the future because this is a gorgeous formula. The Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover Concealer. So good. I have this on right now. This is a gorgeous concealer. It brings the coverage, and I just love how this looks. Even though this is like a semi-matte kind of formula, it looks very natural on the skin. It doesn't look cakey. It is a thinner formula as well, but I really love how it just conceals everything so beautifully and just melts into the skin. I love how it looks when it's set with powder as well, and I think Makeup Forever did a great job on this one. This one I honestly prefer way more than the last reformulation. I don't know what they did with that reformulation. This one is where it's at. I have been reaching for this concealer just about every single day. I love that it doesn't look cakey on the skin or feel heavy, so I've really been enjoying this. This is the new Fenty Beauty setting powder. This is a talc-free setting powder. This is their reformulated talc-free setting powder. I enjoy this setting powder a lot. Is it my favorite setting powder in my collection? No, but I do enjoy it when I use it. It is a very finely milled, blurring setting powder. I know sometimes reformulations of powders can be very scary, but I do think Fenty did a great job with this one. I have mine in the shade Banana. I did find that certain concealers look better with this powder. If I have a concealer that's super matte, I don't love how it looks with this particular powder. Using the Makeup Forever concealer, I do really enjoy it with this powder. But if I'm going in with like my Estee Lauder, I don't really love it because the Estee Lauder formula is very matte. So I feel like with this powder on top, it can kind of look a little dry. So that's why whenever I use the Fenty setting powder, I try to make sure to go in with this one. Sometimes I forget because I just really love using my Estee Lauder. Every time I reach for that concealer, it's like second nature. Speaking of Fenty, I really want to talk about the Grip Trip mattifying primer because this is so good, and I really wasn't expecting to love this primer as much as I do. I have this primer on right now. I have worn this primer outside, to concerts, to the fair, doing everyday activities when I'm outside and I'm sweating. This is a primer I have no problem using on its own. Sometimes I like to, you know, mix and match primers to help with the oils and all that stuff, but with this primer, I don't have to do that. And I love that about this one. It has skincare infused in here, but like the pink swirl you see is that mattifying primer. It's not drying at all, and I feel like it's not drying because of the skincare that's in here. It just melts into the skin. I really like this, and a little bit goes a long way. Like, you do not need a lot of this primer. She also has a hydrating one, so if you're not really into mattifying primers, definitely check out the hydrating one. That is the next one I want to get on my list. These blushes right here from Tower 28 and Tony Bravo, I love these blushes. Also want to include this holiday set from Tower 28 because it does include another one of the blushes. I think this is such a good set because it's $26. You get, oh my gosh, if I can get everything out of here. In here, you get a full-size blush. It's like a red shade, and then you also get a full-sized gloss. But if you have not tried this blush formula, do yourself a favor, try it out. It is such a nice formula. It's so blurring on the cheeks. And I have found lately that when it comes to a matte formula, I really gravitate to, you know, matte powder blushes that blur on the cheeks. I just love the finish that it gives. And this gives me a really nice finish. All three of these shades are very inclusive, so anyone can use these, which I love. Unfortunately, they are limited edition, but I'm hoping that they bring all three of these permanently in their line. I don't know if they're gonna like maybe change the shade names. I don't know, but they need to be permanent in their line because these colors are just too good not to be, honestly. Like, these are the best three colors in the line. I think it's such a good value as well. Gloss as well is really nice. To me, they feel like lip oils with just like a glossy finish. I really have been enjoying these Tower 28 blushes. We really don't have a lot of shades like this on the market, like a orange powder blush and a powder blush like this. This is a really nice, vibrant pink blush, and I love it. We have these from Made by Mitchell. These are at Ulta. If you guys are curious, these are their bare lip oils. I think they are so beautiful, and they're super glossy, and they're not sticky. They last a long time on the lips as well, and I love that they're in a squeeze tube applicator too, because it just makes it so much easier to pop in your purse and apply it. I honestly feel like if you're a fan of the Made by Mitchell glosses, you're gonna love these lip oils. Same thing with these lip oils from Charlotte Tilbury. These are their Nectar lip oils. These smell and taste so good. This one is strawberry vanilla and this one is cherry. It smells so good, but look at how glossy this looks. Ooh, look at that. That with a brown lip liner, I say it every time because the combo is just amazing. And these are also a lip oil that lasts quite a while on the lips as well. This one essentially looks pretty much clear, but it smells delicious. It smells really, really good. So these two live in my purse, especially strawberry vanilla, but Charlotte did her big one with these. Like, Charlotte has come out with some really, really good products this year. The lip oils, the blush sticks, the matte setting spray. She is on a roll. We have this right here from NYX. This is the Lip Lingerie Lip Liner Stain. So I have this one in the shade Wild Side. This is the shade that I've been using the most. It is gonna get a little dry when you're applying if it's not either held downwards so the product can flow through the tip, or stored this way so that it gets all of that product. I know that that can be a deal breaker for some people or not ideal. I will say this is a more affordable option. It does work. I feel like I have more times where it's working for me than not working, if that makes any sense. I like to use this first and then go on top with a normal pencil lip liner, just so I have that extra longevity with my lip combos. So that's just something to keep in mind. I don't dislike this product. It does come in handy when I need it, and it's just one of those products where I really there's like a learning curve with it, you know? We have this Rare Beauty X Tahine set right here. Now, I was a little disappointed in this blush shade because I thought this was gonna be honestly like the blush I have on right now. I have on the Patrick Ta blush shade and She's Baked. So I thought that this shade was like the liquid version of this one. I have to do my concealer first and then go on with this one to really get the full payoff and pigment of this, because other than that, it really just kind of blends away into my skin to where I can't really tell where I put this blush. So putting my concealer first, having that like a little bit of a lighter base, for this to go on, you can really see the color, but as you can see, it's almost starting to like blend in with my skin. This was a really cool collab. I do enjoy when brands collab with different things that you just don't expect. I do love the gloss though. I love the Rare Beauty glosses. They smell like peach rings. They smell so good and they're so glossy. And I know that this one looks really intimidating because it's an orange, but I'm telling you, it really does like sheer out on the lips. We have this Kulfi lip balm, which I really enjoy this one. This one is vanilla sponge cake. Almost smells like a yellow cake. It smells really, really good. This one's a clear with like gold reflect. It's very pretty. It almost feels like a lip oil, like a glossy lip oil. I do have a few palettes I want to talk about. We have the Beauty Bay Desert Haze palette. This was like their summer palette. This one is so, so, so pretty. I love the pops of color in here as well. This one is also really gorgeous for the fall time because there's some like bronzy tones. We have like those browns in here as well. But I really enjoyed this palette from Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay has one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, if you didn't know. But I feel like I talk about Beauty Bay so much on my channel. I live for a Beauty Bay palette, and this one I really enjoyed. And it's been a long time since I've like really enjoyed their limited edition 20 pan palettes, and this one, I like this one a lot. This I have been using so much. So we have this palette right here. It's all mattes, but when I tell y'all I've been tapping into these so much, I've been tapping into this for just about like everything. But I just love that it's a different kind of color story. I love an all matte palette. And I love the tones that are in here, especially if I want to go more cool tones. I have a lot more of those. So I feel like because of this palette, I have been gravitating to more cool tone eyeshadow looks. I love the design of this palette. It's so pretty. This one I have really been loving. So this is the Garden of Stars Face and Eye palette. This is an all shimmer palette, and there's literally something in here for every look that I can imagine. I love the tones that are in here. It's just so worth the money. I love this palette. I think they did an amazing job with this collection, and I cannot get enough of this. These two palettes are in my top drawer for easy access because it's just too good. The Glamlight and Douse palette. I have tried to use as many shades as possible in this palette. This is a really big palette. Depending on which one you want to play with, if you want to go more neutral or more colorful, you can with this palette. Some of the matte shades are a little bit more drier and a little bit harder to blend out. But overall, it's not my favorite color story from Glamlight, but I do like to see them collab with creators. We haven't really seen that in a while from Glamlight, so I do love that they did that. But as far as like all of the palettes I have in my collection from Glamlight, this one is not my favorite color story. So we have the Natasha Denona Eye Sculpt and Texture Tone Palette. Now this is the Dramatic palette. Now I have gotten a lot of questions about this palette, if I think it's worth it and things like that, and I have been thoroughly testing this out since I got it, and I have to say the mattes is honestly what shines in this palette for me. The shimmers, they're not really doing it for me like I want them to. They're just like standard metallic shimmers, and for that reason, I'm not in love with this palette. And this palette is very expensive, by the way. You can get better, I'm not gonna say better quality because I feel like the quality is definitely there with this palette, but I wanna say like with her midi palettes, I feel like you can get more out of it. Like with the different types of shimmers and like the wet look, and the mattes are really good in her midi palettes. I just feel like she really missed the mark when it came to like shimmers, honestly. I honestly would have rather this to been an all matte palette because I feel like the shimmers just don't really do anything for me. I know we needed to have some shimmers. Saw a lot of people saying with the soft palette they wish there was more shimmers, but honestly if you picked up the soft palette, it's better that you have more mattes because I feel like the matte formula is really where it shines. These shimmers are not like her really sparkly, eye-catching, wet type of shimmer formula. I feel like this is definitely a palette you could skip. If you found that you really wanted a neutral palette from her, and the I Need a Nude, I Need a Warm, Rose palette, those palettes that she came out more recently just didn't do it for you, then you might want to check out this one. But I really would not expect the shimmers in this palette to be like sparkly, eye-catching like something that I have on right now. She has formulas like this type of shimmer that I have on, but it's just not in this palette. We have the newly reformulated Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. All I want to say is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know why they touched the formula on this. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I much prefer the original formula, and thankfully I have like a backup. I think I have like 2 backups of the original formula, but this one is just not my favorite. I feel like the mister on this one is just super fine to where I can't really feel it going on the face, and I'm just constantly spraying until I feel something, and I just feel like the original formula was just so much better. So that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope this was somewhat helpful as well. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Is there any of these releases that you've tried out, that you love, that you don't love? I want to hear everything. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.